What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Jay Weezy. Welcome to Jay Weezy's World. So, it is Monday, July 9th, way off. July 9th, I'm at the gym. Just got here, want to hit chest and triceps. But it is 6:43 in the evening, and the parking lot looks kind of full, which doesn't necessarily mean that it's packed. Could be a lot of folks in classes. Could be a lot of folks that are on the treadmills or, ellipticals in the cardio machine. The reason why I say that is my arm or my wrist is feeling good. I'm going to go ahead and get my first lift in. I want to hit chest, triceps, get the chest popping a little bit, get a nice pump, get the triceps nice full of blood, get a nice pump, and then get my cardio in afterwards and have a really good workout. I'm just really hoping that it's not crazy. I have my workout written down inside my cell phone to go ahead and track all that jazz, but I'm feeling like there might be some audibles. I don't know if you guys just get frustrated and you leave the gym. Hey, I can't do what's in my program, so I got to go ahead and take off. No, like if I can't do a incline dumbbell press, but there's a machine where I can go ahead and get it in, as long as I'm able to hit the same parts and get a good workout in, that's all that matters. So don't get discouraged. Hit your workout, and let's say everything is crazy swamped, and got to make some adjustments. It might not be chest and triceps. It might be back and buys. It might be shoulders, calves, and abs. So my plan is chest and triceps. Let's go ahead and see if that's going to work. I'm going to try to record in there if it's not too crazy. If not, this intro's cooked, and I'm not going to be able to do anything as far as recording wise. So we'll see. I'm gonna go inside and get after it and get my workout in. So all right, let's go ahead and get this chest and tricep workout in. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I definitely was in my own head a little bit when it comes to this wrist. I wasn't necessarily too concerned, but it's one of those things where, hey, let me see how it feels. So I didn't get in all the different movements and all the different sets that I usually would on a chest and tricep day. Everything I'm doing is about 3 sets, 10 to 15, just to kind of see how I'm feeling about everything. And, starting off with a bar as I always do, and then moving into a light working set of just 135. Again, I felt some pressure about the third or fourth rep into the first set, but then after that, I just felt like my wrist loosened up, and everything was good to go from there. Now, what I will say, the gym was not too busy, and I kind of attribute that to the fact that it is Arizona and it is hot in the evening, so it was nice to have some flexibility to kind of stick with the machines or free weights that I wanted to use, so that was nice. Getting it over to the pec deck, the benches were taking up. I like to do the dumbbell flies if I can, but hey, I'm a fan of the pec deck too, so make that go ahead and work out. Now, I do want to ask you guys, when it comes to these angles, I am using a GoPro, and so I do love the GoPro personally because I can have the camera right next to me and just have a wide angle. So I love to hear your guys' thoughts on how these angles are looking inside of the gym, just as feedback to make sure you guys are able to enjoy how it's looking. And so I do love this machine. I don't use it all the time, but again, when it is available, and again, I'm more of a free weight person, so but that machine I do love because it gets a nice stretch on that inner chest. So going down with the downward crossovers, again, usually I do the crossovers and then the upwards or vice versa when I'm doing chest or tricep, but I wanted to keep it super simple and make sure I'm not doing too much where I set myself back on the wrist. And really, honestly, even as I'm recording this right now, I don't feel any strain on my wrist, so I'm super thankful for that. Absolutely. So I'm going to go ahead and kick it now over into triceps. I don't know if you guys ever use this particular bar. It's in my opinion, tougher than the cambered bar, even though I love the cambered bar. Not that I really have any kind of preference, but with this bar, there's that V is missing, so it really puts a lot more requirements on your grip as you guys are pushing down. So I do like it just because I feel like it adds a little bit more intensity to the tricep push down. I don't use it that often, but I do enjoy using it when I do use it, if that makes sense. So now I'm going to go ahead and get over to the overhead extensions using the same bar. I wanted to kind of put that same pressure where I have to just use my grip, use my tricep to push all the way through so I can kind of again pump that blood into the tricep and get a nice workout. Bring it all the way back, push it all the way forward, and again, 3 sets, 12 to 15. Usually with my triceps, I want to go higher on the rep range to really kind of pump that blood into the tricep and get a good workout. And so lastly, I am going to go ahead and do the kickbacks. I personally am a big fan of the kickback, so if I can use it, whether if it's dumbbell or cable, I'm going to go ahead and use it. I feel like I get a nice squeeze at the top ends, and I thoroughly enjoy it.
All right, so let's talk about the workout. First of all, had a good workout. Super excited to be able to get some weight underneath me. You guys probably noticed when I was doing the incline barbell bench. First of all, I'm shocked it was open. It was packed in there, but again, I'm going with what's available. As soon as I saw that available, went straight to it. So, did some warm-up sets, got 135 up, and I didn't feel pain, but what I felt was because when the injury happened, I could barely move it. So just imagine just like I'm not gonna say it's a cramp, but I literally couldn't move my wrist for about a week and a half. So it's not used to moving in any sort of manner really outside of these last few days in a way where I'm actually putting any pressure on it. So I've been, working on it, stretching it, so on. So that's the first time got some weight underneath me, and I can feel just the stretch of my hand, obviously coming down, having some pressure on my palm, and it didn't hurt, but I can feel it where I'm like, okay, let me not go heavier. Let me just stick with this, rep it out, get a good pump, and then move on to the other movements. The other movements, I didn't really feel that, maybe because it's the angle of the incline. But again, I think more so my wrist just warmed up after that or as I went. So really good workout. I enjoyed it. I didn't do any cardio the last 5 days in a row. I've been doing at least an hour minimum. So like I'm gonna go ahead and just get my workout in tonight, go home, cook, and call it a night. So I want to say thank you for all my recent subscribers and those that have subscribed prior to that. I appreciate you guys holding me down. We're on the road to 200 subscribers right now. I'm extremely humbled by the views, by the subscribers, the comments. Thank you guys very much. Again, I'm always open to feedback, anything you guys like to see. I'm just a regular dude working a 9 to 5 that has goals with trying to lose weight. I've had a few people over the last few days like, just, you look like you're slimming down, and you just don't know how that stuff feels when like you feel it yourself, but sometimes you do look for confirmation. I see it on the scale, but it's just nice sometimes to hear that. But anyways, I appreciate you guys checking out the video. Again, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you guys very much. Again, on the road to 200. I'm going to use that cliche saying, please subscribe, follow your boy. You guys have a good night. Peace.